Hello students, in this video we'll be answering two questions. The first one is write a program to enter a number and reverse it. And the second is to enter the number and print whether it's a palindrome number or not. So let's solve the first question. Both the programs are related to each other. So let's solve the first question. That is write a program to enter a number and reverse it. That means first I need to input a number. Let's say my input number is 345. The desired output I want is 543. So you can see it has been reversed. So directly we go to a BlueJ program. Now this part is known very well to you. This includes um, importing the package, the util package, so that we can accept a number in a program, and then class declaration, function declaration, then the scanner line is there so that I create an object of the scanner class so that I can accept a number or enter a number for my program, and then I enter a number, I prompt the user to enter a number, and then I use the nextend method to accept a number from the user. So directly we go for the execution part. Here I'm taking two variables. Now the two variables that I'm using, D variable is used to store the extracted digit, and my Rn I'm using to store the reverse number. So next we come to the while. Now let's see how it is solved with the help of a dry run. Now the input that I've taken is 345. Assume it to be that. So I take while. So my first checking will be while 345, because in place of n 345 will come, is not equal to 0. So this is not equal to 0. So the first digit that will be extracted is D equals to 500, sorry, 345 modulus 10. Now as you know, modulus gives me the remainder. So the remainder when dividing with 10, I'll get is 5. So now in Rn, now you can see the initial value of Rn. So we go for the next line, that is Rn. Here I'll be showing the reverse of the number. Now initially you can see the value of Rn happened to be 0 in the beginning. So here it will now be 0 into 10 plus the value of D. Now D's value happens to be 5 now. So the output that will be saved is 5 over here. So I go for my next part. That is the third line of the loop. That is n equals to now 345 divided by 10. So the quotient that will be saved is 34. So now you can see in the first loop that has taken place, Rn, the reverse of the number, the fifth digit has come to the Rn in Rn. So we go for the second loop. Now here the second loop will be while. Now depending on the number of digits, that many number of loops will occur for this according to the condition that we have taken. So now the checking will be 34 is not equals to 0. So we will enter the loop body. Inside the loop body, you can find D equals to 34 modulus 10. So that will give me the extracted digit 4. So now the reverse of the number, now the last saved number in Rn happens to be 5. So 5 into 10 plus 4. So that will give me 50 plus 4, making it 54. Now I go for my next part, that is for the third line. Now the remaining number will be 34 divided by 10, so which will give me the quotient to be 3. Now you can see we go for the third loop, that is for the third digit. So while, because the condition is still n not equals to 0, 3 also not equals to 0. So we go for the first line of the loop body, that happens to be d equals to 3 modulus 10. So 3 modulus 10 will give you 3 also. So now the reverse number will be 54, because you can see the reverse number last digit in the previous loop was 54. So now 54 into 10 plus t. So in D, the value is 3. So it will now become 540 plus 3, giving me 543. So finally, now you can see n equals to 3 divided by 10. So the quotient will be 0. Now since it has become 0, so no longer any loop will take place, because a condition n not equals to 0 has become false. So when it comes out, as per my line over here, reverse number equals to Rn. So what is the last value saved in Rn? That is 543. So you can see my reverse number 543. So I have come from my input 345 to 543. You can see my input was 345, and now my output has become, the last value is 543. Let's run this program. It's already compiled. So when I run the program, you can see the same number I'll be taking. I'll take 345, so it will give me the output to be 543. Again, to recapitulate, what did we do? First, we have accepted a number from the user. Then we are taking two variable, d variable to store the extracted digit, rn to store the reverse of a number. Then we are taking the while loop, checking till the number becomes 0, the loop will take place. Then over here we are extracting one digits. After extracting, I'm using the logic over here, rn equals to rn into 10 plus t. So the numbers will be extracted, and multiplying by 10, they will be pushed off to the left hand side, and then the reverse number will be stored over here gradually. And then over here, whatever after extracting the digit, whatever remaining number will be there, that will be stored in n itself. And then finally, when the loop will end, what I'll get is the reverse of the number. You can see over here, since 3 digits were there, that is why you can see we have 3 loops over here. So in D portion, all the digits were extracted. In Rn portion, when in the beginning the digit 5 was extracted, so it was multiplied and it was stored in the variable Rn. After that, 5 was multiplied with 10 and then added to 4. So 54 it became. After that, 54 into 10, it became 540 plus 3, giving me 543. So this is the process of reversing a number. Now the next question that we have is, check whether a number is palindrome number or not. So how to check for the palindrome number? Now this question, check whether a number is palindrome number or not. So it's the same logic as same as the reverse number logic. The only difference is that you have to check if the reverse number is similar to the original number, then it is a palindrome number. Like for example, you can take input to be, if my input would have been 343, so the reverse of it would be the same, 343. So in that case, the reverse number is equivalent to the original number. So it will be called as a palindrome number. So it has the same logic as that of the reverse number. Only the difference is that at the end, you need to check that the original number and the reverse number are same or not. So you can see the logic of reverse number just similar to the logic of palindrome number is just similar to your reverse number. Only at the end I am checking whether my original number is equivalent to the reverse number. Same procedure is followed, like we can see this portion I'll be solving. I have accepted a number. You can see in these 3 lines a number has been accepted. Here I'll be using 3 variables, D variable to extract the digit, Rn to show the reverse of the number, and in T, I am storing the original number because finally the original number will become 0 as we had seen in the previous case. So I am storing it in a temporary variable T because T is my temporary variable to store the original number. Okay, so you can see as per the program over there, D is 0. Okay, my input I will be taking over here is 545. So my D happens to be 0, Rn will be also 0, and T will take the value 545. Okay, so we come to our while loop program. Now in while loop, as the condition says, till n not equals to 0. Now the n I have taken, my n value I have taken to be is 545. So 545 is not equals to 0. So it will enter the loop body. The digit will be extracted. What is the digit extracted? T equals to 545 modulus 10. Modulus gives me the remainder. That will be 5. Original Rn's value is 0. So it will be 0 into 10 plus the value of 5. So it will give me 5 itself. Next, the remaining number that will be stored now is 545 divided by 10 will give me 54. Now, the number has not become 0. So again we enter for the second time. You can see it's just similar to your reverse number logic. Not equals to 0. It was for the second loop. Same thing. Again, the digit is extracted. That is 54 modulus 10 will now give me 4. Now previously in Rn we have our number 5. So now 5 will be multiplied to 10. You can just compare to the left hand side program and you can see the dry run I'm doing over here. So 5 into 10 plus 4 will give me 50 plus 4 making it 54. So now n will now have 54 divided by 10. So it will have the quotient 5. So again we go for my third loop. In the third loop you can see while 5 not equals to 0. Again extracting the digit, 5 will be itself extracted. So 5 modulus 10, remainder will be 5 itself. Then we go for Rn equals to, now already 54 is there in Rn, so it will be 54 into 10 plus 5. That will be 540 plus 5 giving me 545. And now n will become 5 by 10 is 0. So now my loop will end over here. Now as per my statement over here, if t equals to Rn. Now originally if you remember, in t I have stored my original number 545 and the reverse of the number I have got is also 545. Both of them are matching. In that case, it will be a palindrome number. If I would have taken 345, it would have never matched and it would have shown not palindrome number. So, depending on the conditional checking, if the temporary number equals to the reverse of the number, then it's a palindrome number. So, we will compile it. So, when I run it, now both the cases I'll show you. I enter my number to be 545. It shows palindrome number equals to 545. Suppose I take my number to be 345. It will show me not palindrome number because the reverse is 543. So now you can conclude that your reverse number and palindrome number, both the logics are related to each other. The only difference is in palindrome we check if the reverse number is equal to the original number, then it's called to be a palindrome number. Thank you, children.